Today's featured collection is Post-Colonial Love Poem by the wonderful Mojave poet Natalie Diaz, whose writings about nature inspired me so much throughout my MFA. So much, in fact, that a quote from this collection ended up being one of the epigraphs in my thesis. I did a presentation in school about my poetic influences, and it included a poem of Natalie's, and so I looked into her life and her background. I was so surprised to learn that she used to be a professional basketball player, which is so fascinating. So fascinating, in fact, that I immediately tweeted about it. And I didn't tag her because I'm not messy like that. Not even sure I followed her at the time. But she somehow came across it and responded. And it was such a lovely interaction. I was already a big fan, but that made me a lifelong fan. One of my favorite poems of Natalie's is just over 6 pages long. Don't worry, I won't read the whole thing. I'm going to read just a section, the section that contains the epigraph in my thesis, and then I'll give you a related prompt. This is, the first water is the body. Toni Morrison writes, all water has a perfect memory and is forever trying to get back to where it was. Back to the body of earth, of flesh, back to the mouth, the throat, back to the womb, back to the heart, to its blood, back to our grief, back, back, back. Will we remember from where we've come? The water. And once remembered, will we return to that first water, and in doing so, return to ourselves, to each other? Do you think the water will forget what we have done, what we continue to do? Today's prompt is to write a poem either from the perspective or that considers the perspective of a natural element. For today's food prompt, I turned to Sean Sherman's 10 Essential Native American Recipes in the New York Times. And then I selected one I thought I could make easily, because it was the only one with an easy banner on it. So today we're making chia pudding with berries, based on flavors from the Ohlone tribe, which is further north than the Mojave. So it turns out this recipe is going to be even easier than I originally intended because I wasn't able to find amaranth at Walmart. They do sell it, but you have to have it shipped because they don't carry it in stores, or at least they don't carry it here. Regardless, we're going to be working without amaranth today, and hopefully we're not too worse off without it. I think I got enough ingredients that I can definitely make this again once I do get amaranth. So maybe I'll do like a follow-up post and let you know how different it is with the added amaranth, because it does seem like it's a huge part of the recipe. But for the time being, we're going to use agave, chia seeds, salt, and almond milk. And we're going to whisk it all in a container. It said quart size. I'm not sure how big this container is, but I'm hoping it does the trick. We're going to use half a cup of chia seeds, some of them are sticking to the edge because I just washed this, but I think it's okay because we're going to do wet stuff next, or eventually, and hopefully that helps get rid of all that. We need 1/4 of a cup of agave. Okay, I'm starting to feel like this is maybe not smart because it's sort of honey-like. I've never cooked with agave before. I hope it comes out easily. Oh, that looks really good. I don't know, can you see that? That's interesting. Okay, so that's 1/4 of a cup of agave. Then we need 1.5 cups of almond milk. I should have opened all this stuff before I started filming. Oh well. Oh, I guess this doesn't open any other way. Then it says just add more if it ends up being too thick. We're gonna whisk it all now. I kinda wish I'd watched a video so that I know what this is supposed to look like when you whisk it. I know the chia seeds are supposed to soak up the milk, but I think that happens later, so it won't look like that right now. You never know what a pinch of salt means. It asks for sea salt, and I don't have sea salt, so we're just making do with what we have here. I think I might add more milk just to get this cleaned. I'm noticing a lot of seeds at the bottom that aren't being covered in milk. I hope that's okay. I'm not sure how to get to them. I'm not sure how they got down there. That's interesting. Is that because of the agave, maybe? They just kind of like stuck to the bottom? It doesn't feel like it's stuck though. I really don't know. This is supposed to be an easy recipe, and honestly it is. Like, all I'm supposed to be doing is whisking, but I feel like I overcomplicate everything. This is a brand new container from Home Edit, so it's very airtight. Wow. Now we're gonna put this in the fridge and hope that it works. Here's what it looks like. Supposed to let it soak in the fridge for an hour up to overnight. We have a little bit over an hour until iftar, so it will get enough time to soak, I think. And maybe it'll taste even better in the morning. We'll see. When we serve it, we're gonna serve it with fruit on top. So that's what you have to look forward to tonight during the taste test. Hi guys, I'm here for my taste test. This looks beautiful. It's almost too pretty to eat. We are gonna eat it. I put in some fruit because the recipe calls for fruit at the end, or like as you serve it. It also calls for mint leaves. I wasn't able to find those, but I did find a berry medley, a bunch of different kinds of berries. So that's what I put in here. All right, I'm gonna do the taste test now. That was pretty good. Let me do one more because I don't think I got enough of the pudding itself. It's a really interesting flavor. It's like, it's really slimy, which I'm not a big fan of, but the fruit really helps. You know, I bet it would have tasted really good with the amaranth. So I'm excited to try it with that. Without the amaranth, I think I'd give it like a 3 out of 5, maybe. I don't know, but the aftertaste makes it grow on me. Maybe like a 4 out of 5 then. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun, and I will see you tomorrow.